So I've got it to this point where it really starts to look like the actual car. Basically got the engine mocked up. I got everything mocked up to give it the appearance of actually being Tweedy Pie. And more than anything, just kinda just making sure where things go. I'm sure I'm gonna put it together and tear it apart several times, but I wanted to get it to this stage and film it all before I tear everything down and start welding the underneath of it. The underneath of the body, underneath of the frame, the cross member that Lucky built for me needs to be all welded up. There's just a lot of welding that needs to be done without the body and everything just kind of blown apart. So I'm in the process of doing that. I just wanted to get to this stage, film it, and then blow it all apart. Alright, as you can see, I got a lot to weld up under here. There's just some areas that need to get, you know, some beads laid on and on top. Not much. I'm gonna try to get where I can. But for the most part, it looks like we already got most of it. And then there's some areas that I just need to address until I can pull this body off. And then I'm gonna have to get all this cross member stuff underneath here. Needs to get welded underneath. So there's a lot of work still left to do in the welding, but it should go pretty quickly. So my nephew, Don Lincoln, Brian, is here. Number one, Don Lincoln. And Yvette, my beautiful wife, is here. We're gonna take the body off now so I can tilt it up and work on the underneath of it, and then also work on the top of the frame and the underneath of the frame. I'm gonna basically blow it all apart from here on out and do some welding. So. Okay, now flip it forward on its nose. Alright, so I got the body off, and so now I'm going to weld underneath all the frame, and then maybe there's some things up here I might need to do a little touch up on, but then I think eventually I'm going to pull the engine and take the rear end off and take the front end off and flip the frame over and start working on the bottom of it, but it's good, it's moving along. I'm gonna start taking the intake and everything back off the mock-up block and just kind of start peeling the little layers off until I get it down to a bare chassis. Alright, so after a little while I've been kind of just pulling everything apart. There's the fake block, all in pieces, trans. It's pretty bare. It's almost like back to where I started again, but that's kind of the process of building cars like this. You take them apart, you put them together, you take them apart, you put them together. I'm gonna take apart the front end probably in a couple days. Pull the wheels off, get just basically down to the bare frame, and finish welding some stuff. I did a little bit of welding on the cross members and just plugging away at things that need to be done. And I gotta do some frame repair. There was like some cobbled up stuff there, and cut out some pieces and re-weld some pieces. So, but it's coming along. All right. today I'm going to work on these wishbones. I'm going to get these welded up. They were pie cut and swept, as you saw in the earlier videos. Lucky just kind of tack welded them, so today I'm just going to finish welding them up there. And then it had these these bites taken out of it. I mean, look at this. Wowzers. So I got a replacement piece that will go in there. Just cap that off, weld it up all nice. Same on this one. They cut that so I guess the steering arm could go through it or it wouldn't hit it. But yeah, that's how they did it back then. And then these will get all blasted and cleaned up and then off to the chromers at some point. I still got to do the bungs on them. I was waiting to pull the whole front end apart to be able to get to these, and now I can finally get them. Alright, so I finally finished grinding up all the welds on these bones, and they're still rough. They're gonna get chromed. They've still got to get metal finish, so to speak, and polished and made look nice for chrome, but for now they're swept. Today I'm gonna work on pulling my rear end apart. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna attempt to, because everything has to get pulled apart and go to the blasters. So. Alright, so yeah, the banjo needs to get pulled apart. I'm going to attempt to take the spring off. So we'll see how this all goes. I'm just going to pull it all apart, make it all pieces. Take these bells off, because these are all going to get sandblasted, and then this is going to be chromed. I think I found another chrome one already, so I'm just going to probably buy that. It's already done, and then just swap the insides. But this could be a big mess, so we'll see how it goes. It's probably going to be a mess. Alright, so I just took this bell off, and it's, let me get a light here. I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to come out. Yuck. Whoa. Some nasty stuff in there. Alright, well, I'm going to keep on pulling this thing apart. I mean, these are the main things here. The main thing here is the bells. I don't even know how good these are either. They definitely need a good cleaning. They're fine though, I guess. Just bells. Alright, NOS. Look at how much rust is on this side. Yuck. I think I need the spider gears. Is the only thing I really need. So yeah, I don't know how much of this I'll be using. I'll probably just end up finding a new spider gear, because and I don't know about these axles either. So yeah, I mean, I kind of expected it. I only paid a couple $100, not even that. I think $100 for this, $125 for this rear end. So the bells are pretty good though. So I'll use those. I have a spare one here with 378 gears. This one's clean. So worst case scenario, I get that one chromed, but a friend of mine has one that's already chromed, so I think I'm getting that. And then I'll just put in my gears. I'll put in my gears for that. But yeah, this is like, whew, take me to Dirt City. Look at that bug. Fun times.